Chip. Oh.
Casimo, roll. Casimo, roll. When I say tech, you say 9 tech. Tech. When I say tech, you say 9 tech. Tech. Ooh.
Bills Mafia in the house. Raise hell. How about a little fly, eagle fly? Lucy says the Bills in Washington. Oh, baby. Hey, baby. Let's go. Oh, yeah. We here, baby. We here. What's up, Derek? What's up, man?
And now, Mike's thoughts.
On last night's show, I come to a realization that I was not very clear of the losses in the playoffs. I said on last night's show that I would rather lose in the wild card and the divisional round than losing in the championship game. And I am understanding that I was not very clear of why I would rather lose in the wild card game and the divisional round than the championship game. Now, clearly, everybody wants to go to the championship. Everybody wants to win a championship. Hell, everybody wants to go to the Super Bowl, and everybody wants to win a Super Bowl. But if you are like the Denver Broncos, if you are like the LA Chargers, if you are like the Pittsburgh Steelers, or if you're like the other teams that were one and done, Houston Texans, right? Would you rather get a higher draft pick, meaning losing in the wild card game, and then legitimately think that you have a Super Bowl shot? Because let's just be flat out honest, guys. Let's be flat out honest with ourselves. Did the Chargers, did we legitimately think they had a Super Bowl shot? No. The Broncos? No. The Pittsburgh Steelers? No. Houston Texans? No. Tampa Bay Buccaneers? No, really. So guys, in the end, when I say I would rather lose early, it's because I want a better draft pick for next season. Yeah, I made the playoffs. Cool, it is what it is. But I'm not going to make it to the Super Bowl, and sometimes you got to be realistic with yourself like the Denver Broncos should have been all season long. Yeah, we're good. Yeah, we're competing, but we're not there yet. Yeah, we made the playoffs, but you know what? One and done. We got our asses kicked by the Buffalo Bills. We should have just missed the playoffs. We should have let the Bengals in, because then we would have got a better draft pick for next season, and then the Bengals would have been behind the 8 ball because they would have got a 20th pick instead of the 15th pick, right? That was when I was saying that I would rather lose early in the playoffs than late. It's because of the whole playoff or because of the NFL draft situation. So sorry I was not very clear on that, but I'm clear now. It is clear, and I'm peeing clear, and it's time to cue that intro. Are you ready for the best damn NFL show on the planet? Man Hour Nation, rise up.
Yeah, hey, let's go. Get in that gridiron, we going hard, we running the plays. You know the vibe, only the strong survive. Gotta keep your head in the game. Talking NFL, uncut, straight raw. Steady bringing that sauce. We about to take off. Get it hype, this man, our sport talk. Yeah, from the quarterback to the lineman. Everybody bringing heat. You don't really wanna try them. Hey, who gon' win? It's a battle of the giants. This show is the flyest. Nobody can deny it. This is Man Hour.
What?
Sport Talk.
What?
Man Hour.
What?
Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception? This is Man Hour. Sport Talk. Man Hour. Sport Talk. What team you reppin'? We keep it interesting. Who caught another down? Who got that interception?
Let's go. One Hour Nation. Michael Buckeister here with the Man Hour. Head over to manhourradio.com, guys. Check your merchandise. We got the Man Hour hoodie there. I don't know if you guys can see it or not, but I got the vest on tonight. Man Hour hoodies are over there, guys. They are fresh. We got the athletic gray. We got the white. Of course, you got the blue and red as well. For those Buffalo Bills fans, of course, you got the Fugazi hoodies over there as well. If your team is Fugazi, or if you know a team that is Fugazi, like the Vikings, like the Packers, like the Broncos and the Chargers, guys, head over to manhourradio.com. Get yourself a Fugazi hoodie and give it to your best friend. Like, hey, man, I like you. Here's a hoodie, but your team is Fugazi. If you guys do not know what Fugazi is, look it up. It means myth. I should say, not fifth, myth. I did drink a fifth tonight, but hey, it is what it is. But guys, we got a great show for you tonight. It is NFL Super Bowl, or not Super Bowl. It's Championship Sunday, guys. It's Championship Sunday. We got the Bills taking on the Chiefs. We got the Commanders taking on the Eagles. We're going to dive deeper into each one of those games. And then we got a little bit of factor crap to end the show as well. And then we got the newest segment. It says, did you see that? That is our newest segment, is Did You See That? But guys, before we get too carried away, we got to welcome some people in the chat. We got to welcome the people in the chat because, guys, it's a live, interactive show. I see all the comments and try to address all the comments. If you got a question, you got a comment, you got a concern, go talk to your mama because I don't care about concerns. But we got Lucy in the chat. Lucy Harry is saying Bills and Commanders in the Super Bowl. Oh, that's the wrong button. My bad. Lucy's saying Bills and Commanders. Okay, Lucy, I mean, I feel that that's kind of what everybody wants, right? Everybody wants the Bills and Commanders in the Super Bowl. Got my man Derek in the chat as well. Derek says, hello. What up, Derek? What up? Then we got the CEO of the Pigskin Pundits, Mr. Jim Powell, guys. If you want to be like Jim and see a little heart next to his name there, all you got to do is head over to facebook.com, click on the subscribe button, bada bing, bada boom, you become a member. You get free t-shirts, you get hoodies, you get behind the scenes footage, you get extra after hours footage, you get a little bit of this, you get a little bit of that, and you get a little bit of the man juice, right? Man juice, guys, we're still working on it. We'll see what's going on. We'll see what's coming of that very, very soon. Speaking of Pigskin Pundits, got Laura in the chat as well. She says, good evening, Man Hour Nation. What's up, Laura? What's up? Laura and the rest of the Pigskin Pundits, hope you guys have a good night. Hope you have a good night. And then we got a 4-year anniversary follower tonight in the chat. We got Kevin Cummings says, any given Sunday, baby. Kevin says, that's why I love the NFL. That's why you love the NFL. That's why you love the NFL, because it legit is not rigged. It's not scripted. It's not run by Vegas. He says any given Sunday. And Kevin, you're exactly right. It is any given Sunday until you get to the playoffs. It is any given Sunday until you're underdog and get blown out in the playoffs. And like he says, well, tell that to the 9-7 New York Football Giants when they beat the undefeated New England Patriots. They made it to the Super Bowl. Kevin, they did. They legit made it to the Super Bowl. And that's what Eli Manning did. Either he won his wild card game and won the Super Bowl, or he lost his wild card game and was one and done. Much like the Vikings this season. Sorry, Laura. Sorry. But yeah. Robbie DeFito is in the chat. He says, I'm not a Bills fan, but go Bills, baby. He says, I'm tired of the repeat. We don't want to see no three-peat. We don't want to see no red and green in the Super Bowl. We want to see blue and red in the Super Bowl. We want a little Buffalo Bills. So go Bills, says Robbie. Got my man Alpha Rob in the chat as well. He says, what up, Buck? What up? What's up, Alpha Rob? Alpha Rob, I'm going to need you to calm down tonight, man. I'm going to need you to calm down and simmer down now, baby. Because the Buffalo Bills are going to get that ass whooped. They're going to say, bring that ass here, boy. I'm kidding. What's up, Alpha Rob? What's up? And Laura says, Kansas City is Fugazi. I'm just saying, but the Chiefs are Fugazi, baby. Laura, that's why I got a Fugazi. So actually, I don't got a Fugazi Chiefs hoodie on the way, but if they do lose, I will buy a Chiefs hoodie. I actually made a bet with my nephew tonight. He is a huge Buffalo Bills fan, and he's actually a Josh Allen's fan. And I'm obviously a Kansas City Chiefs fan. He has a Josh Allen jersey. I got a Travis Kelce jersey. And we have a friendly family wager. Basically, if the Kansas City Chiefs win, he has to wear the Travis Kelce jersey, saying that Patrick Mahomes is Josh Allen's daddy. And then if the Buffalo Bills happen to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, I got to wear a Josh Allen jersey, which is going to be super tight on me because I'm a big individual and he is not so big. I'm 6'3", 240, and he is like 5'7", 120 pounds. He's 12. But I have to say Josh Allen is Patrick Mahomes' daddy. So that is the bet that we have going on over here at Man Hour Nation, guys. So Look for that on Sunday night. Sunday night. And Kevin says, New Jersey Giants, sir. New Jersey. Don't you be putting the Giants with the Jets in New York. Buffalo owns New York, says Kevin. That's what's up. Sky Shooter 2000 in the chat. What's up, Sky Shooter? Or Sky Shouter, I should say. What do you think of Tyler Warren from Penn State, and where do you think he will be impact? I have not done any college scouting. I have not done any mock drafts yet. I have not done anything. I will be going down to the Senior Bowl next week, right? Yeah, it's next week. So I'll be down there in Alabama, and that is when I'll start to gather my Senior Bowl information, my drafts on all that stuff, right? It is what it is. That is when we will talk about the draft moving forward after the Super Bowl. Sky Shouter. Jim says nobody cares about the playoffs. Pete Carroll is in Vegas. Biggest story, period. Listen, John. Listen, man. You see that little thing called Did You See? That is what the 7th segment of today's show. We are going to be talking about your Pete Carroll. We are going to be talking about the 72-year-old newest NFL head coach in Pete Carroll. We will be talking about that, right? 100%. And Robbie says Jets ain't in New York either. I know. They're in Jersey. Everybody's in Jersey. The only team in New York is the freaking Buffalo Bills, and they want to move to Canada. Kevin says, I got a wager for you. Are you interested? If it's a nice, friendly bet, Kevin, sure. I'm all for friendly wagers. I'm not going to bet any money because that's just stupid, because I don't trust anybody on the internet. They can say, oh, I got 250 bands right here, man. Let's bet the money. They're not going to pay. They are not going to pay at all, right? It is what it is. Richard Beck's in the chat again today. What's up, Richard? He says, knowing you're a big Chiefs fan, who are you most to play to freight in the Super Bowl? And that is 100% the Philadelphia Eagles, Richard. I am actually, I would rather play the Commanders, but I'm scared of the Eagles. Yes, the Eagles are a very, very good team. Arm Goated and the Crippled Chicken says, yes, sports trivia, let's effing go. That's on Thursdays, man. That's for Thursdays and Pigskin Punnets only. So if you want to become a Pigskin Punnet, man, you can do a little bit of sports trivia then. Dominique is in the chat as well. You being a Chiefs fan, how do you feel about how do you feel knowing you have everything good while people like the Lions and fans have a consistent heartbreak? Dominic, I believe you are new to the NFL, because prior to Alex Smith, prior to Patrick Mahomes, the Kansas City Chiefs had years and years and years of heartbreak. We have never been terrible, right? I mean, yes, we've had a couple 3, 4 win seasons, but it seems like we were consistently 7+ wins, right? I remember this very, very vividly. We were 13-3, finally won the AFC West for the first time after the Broncos dominated for 10, 12 years, right? They were owning the AFC West. We finally won the AFC West. We had a wild card game. We were the 3rd seed. We were on top of the moon, and insert the Indianapolis Colts. I believe they're 8-8. Colts come into Arrowhead Stadium. We were 13-3 on top of the road, and they waxed that ass, baby. That's heartbreak. That's heartbreak. I feel you, right? I feel you. Jim says the only thing good in Jersey is a damn rodeo in Cowtown. Dominique says the Chiefs have won the AFC West every year since 2014. It's been 9 straight years since we've won the AFC West. But Dominic, if you know before that, the Denver Broncos owned it for 10 straight years. So, I mean, the AFC West has been dominated by one team or the other. Just it happens to be the Chiefs' time now. So, it is what it is. And Kevin says no money. Our bet's gonna be babyface bet. Bills win, you shave your beard. I win, I shave mine. Oh, I haven't done a shave bet in so long, Kevin. I have not done a shave bet in so long. Let me sit on that and let me ponder it and let me sit to you, AKA let me ask my wife. Man, because, man, it's taken me months to grow this beard, Kevin. Come on, man. Come on, man. And Alpha Rob says, payback for 13 seconds. I can't wait. Listen, I can't wait either, Alpha Rob. It is going to be a great day, guys. But if you haven't done so, guys, like the live stream, share the live stream as well. And if you be most inclined, comment down below. Because comments is a live interactive show. Live interactive show, guys. I see all the comments, so let's have a live interactive show. And let's start off on top. Let's start off on top and let's talk about the Washington Commanders taking on the mighty, mighty, mighty Philadelphia Eagles. This game has been swept under the rug a little bit, right? I believe the Eagles are up to a 7-point favorite in this particular game. And let's just be honest, all of the eyes are on the Buffalo Bills and Kansas City Chiefs right now. But this game, the Commanders versus the Eagles, they got some really good storylines, right? They got some good storylines, and the simple fact of the matter is it's being really overlooked, right? It's being really, really overlooked. But when you look at this Commanders versus Eagles game, who is the one person, guys, you think has to step up for the Eagles for them to be successful? Who is that one player that has to go out there on the offensive side of the ball and ball out? And I think the correct answer is got to be A.J. Brown. I think A.J. Brown needs to step up for the Eagles in this game, and he needs to get back to his old 1,500-yard season games. Yes, I understand he's had just over 1,000 yards receiving so far this season, but he has been quiet, very, very quiet in the playoffs. And if you think about it, guys, all season long, the Eagles have been all about running the ball and defense. Running the ball and defense. Running the ball and defense. And if you flash back to Week 16 and the loss versus the Washington Commanders, that's exactly what they did. Saquon Barkley rushed for 150 yards, and then Kenny Pickett, that's right, the man, the myth, the legend, Kenny freaking Pickett, went out there and threw for a blistering 146 yards passing. Now, A.J. Brown, in that game, in the loss to the Commanders back in Week 16, had 97 yards receiving. However, it's time for him to step up even more. It's time for A.J. Brown to be the man, the myth, the legend, to be that number one receiver on the field, especially since Dallas Goedert will more than likely miss this game with his knee injury. Guys, A.J. Brown is 100% the key to the Eagles' success in this game. Yes, I know Saquon Barkley is going to get his. Saquon Barkley, so far this season, 2 games versus the Commanders, 146 yards and 150 yards. Saquon Barkley is going to get his. It's simple as that. Now, A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts, they need to go get theirs. And I think with all this emphasis on Saquon Barkley, with all this emphasis on the defense, all this emphasis of the front four of the Washington Commanders manhandling the Detroit Lions offensive line last week, they're going to probably manhandle the Eagles offensive line this week. Jalen Hurts has got to come out and give the ball to A.J. Brown. So, guys, in the comments below, who do you think is going to be that X factor? Who do you think in this game has to be that true X factor for the Philadelphia Eagles on the offensive side of the ball? Me personally, I think it is A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown. Daniel Smith is in the chat today. He says Chiefs and Eagles in the Super Bowl. A repeat of, what was that, 2021? Yeah. West Philly Black says the Eagles will blow them out. Detroit Lions had too many turnovers. West Philly Black, you are exactly right. What, the Lions ended up with 5 turnovers in that game, 2 of them which were in the second quarter. Huge interceptions by Jared Goff in that particular game. And spoiler alert, the Detroit Lions were still in it come fourth quarter. If Jonnu wouldn't have thrown that option pass interception, they may have made it a 2-3-point game, potentially, right? Potentially could have been a 2-3-point game. But you are absolutely right. They did throw a lot of turnovers, of fumbles. They had a total of 5 turnovers. So if the Eagles play a clean game, no turnovers, maybe take a couple sacks, right? I think Jalen Hurts has 9 sacks so far this postseason. They have to control the line of scrimmage, but as long as they don't do any turnovers, I think you're right. I think the Eagles can win this game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I think it's going to be a win, though, if that happens. Robbie says Saquon Barkley will be the X factor. He says, I don't care about Jalen Hurts. I don't care about Devontae Smith. I don't care about Dallas Goedert. I don't care about A.J. Brown. I don't care about Jalen Carter. I don't care about Reed Blankenship. I don't care about Cooper DeJean. It doesn't matter. It's all going to come down to Saquon Barkley, says Robbie. And Robbie, I think you are correct to an extent. Saquon Barkley is going to get his money. Saquon Barkley is going to get his 100 yards, maybe 150 yards. Hell, he might go crazy and get another 205, right? But at the end of the day, you're going to have to score points to beat the Washington team. You are going to have to score some points to beat this Washington team. And you can run the ball all you want, try to take possessions off of the field, try to control the clock, try to do a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but you're going to have to throw the ball at the end of the day, and J.J. Brown A.J. Brown's going to have to catch the ball. That's the biggest thing is A.J. Brown catching the ball. And Derek says it's going to be all about Jalen Hurts. I mean, in extent, yes, Derek. I think we are on the same page in extent, right? Because obviously Jalen Hurts has to get his money if A.J. Brown's going to get his money, right? I feel you. I feel you on that one. I think we're right. I think we're on the same page. Alpha Rob says the problem with the NFCCG is a commander's stupid name. Alpha Rob saying go back to Redskins. Hell, go back to football team. I don't care. But the Commanders are stupid. Anything but the Commanders. The Red Tails, the Firehawks, the Redskins, the football team. Hell, just call the Washingtons. I don't give a shit. Anything but the Commanders. Alpha Rob, slow it down, baby. Slow it down. Tell us how you really feel. Daniel Smith says the Commanders DC has issues. A bounty out on Jalen Hurts. Cool, brother. Cool. We're going to talk about that very momentarily, Daniel. And I kind of have mixed feelings about it. Right? I like that he's fired up. I like how he said we're going to go after Jalen Hurts despite his injury or whatever. But at the same time, you kind of got to watch what you say with the whole Sean Payton and the bounty gate down in New Orleans, right? Speaking of which, did you guys know that they made a movie about that? It's an Adam Sandler Happy Productions film. They kind of tried to make it into a heartfelt film. It was actually pretty bad. Pretty bad. Wes Philly Black says the Eagles have a better roster, man for man. You are absolutely right, Wes Philly Black. Across the board, if this game was played on paper, Philly would manhandle the Washington Commanders. However, the game is not played on paper. However, this game is not played on Madden. However, this game is not played on a simulation either. This game is played on between the white lines on a 100-yard field, and it's going to be like 15 degrees outside. Actually, it's probably pretty nice, but I don't know what the temperature is. But regardless, Jaden Daniels elevates everybody on the Commanders. So let's picture this in like a Madden term, right? Let's picture this in terms of Madden. So you know when the NFL Network guys, what's his name, Peter Schrager, or the guy that does the angry runs thing. Every time that running back gets an angry run scepter of the day, they get the boost on Madden, right? When Jaden Daniels is out on the field and playing well, B+ and better, everybody on the Washington Commanders gets probably a 5-point boost, right? So let's play weird Madden numbers here. Dan Quinn is a 70 coach, right? With Jaden Daniels on the field, all of a sudden he's a 75 coach. Brian Robertson Jr., probably an 82 running back, right? You put Jaden Daniels in there, 87. Boom. Scary Terry, 90 receiver. Jaden Daniels in there, 95. Jaden Daniels elevates everybody on that team. And it is contagious. It is contagious. I like Jaden Daniels just because of his demeanor. Everybody around him wants to do better. Did you guys hear that story about him coming like at 5 a.m. in the morning in the practice facility during preseason, and Zach Ertz came in like at 6 a.m. and like he's like, don't tell anybody I'm here. I don't want to be called a overreacher or something just like that. And Zach Ertz like, I got you, man. Like Jaden Daniels goes in there and works. That's the only reason why he went back to college last season. Because he got full access to the facility anytime he wanted to. That man's a worker. He's a dog. Jim Powell says the Commanders ran through Detroit like milk runs through a 40-year-old. But the Eagles are healthy. Jim, the Eagles are healthy across the board, minus they don't have their starting linebacker anymore, Gene, right? He got hurt in the wild card game. They picked up some 40-year-old man. I'm forgetting his name. Jalen Hurts has a hurt knee now, right? A.J. Brown still can't catch a cold. As they are healthy, they got some pretty big injuries, right? The linebacker Dean and then Jalen Hurts being hurt, that is tough, right? That is tough. Kevin says, my girl hates the babyface look too. She says I look 12. But if you're so sure that the Chiefs are going to win, it shouldn't be a problem. Listen, Kevin, I didn't say the Chiefs were going to win. I didn't say the Chiefs were going to win. They're my team. I'm going to be rooting for them, but I didn't say they were going to win. Stay tuned to my picks, man. Stay tuned to my picks. West Philly Black says Detroit had too many injuries on defense. And I told you guys so that, right? Derek says go with one eyebrow. Absolutely not. I work at a bank. I do IT for a bank. I cannot be shaving one eyebrow. That's not going to work. Alpha Rob says Hurts is the X factor. How is he going to move with that injury? That is the biggest key. I hear he's going to be wearing a very, very bulky knee brace. So we will see. We'll see real quick how fast the Commanders come after him and how well he can move early in that game. West Philly says the Eagles didn't have any turnovers the last 2 games and won. They also barely won. I'm just kidding. But yeah, turnovers will be key. Robbie says the Eagles got a top 5 pass defense that matches up very well with the Commanders' pass offense, and the Eagles can run the ball effectively. And Robbie, on top of that, the Commanders had the 28th ranked rush defense. So everything points to the Eagles, right? Everything points to the Eagles. But the Jalen Daniels effect. Just saying, the Jalen Daniels effect. Look out for it. So guys, there's a lot of stories in this game. There's a lot of stories, right? There's a lot of storylines. There's a lot of games within the side of the games in this particular game. So, guys, when you look at the Philadelphia Eagles and the Washington Commanders, guys, who do you think is going to be the biggest storyline in this game? Is it going to be the Eagles defensive line versus the Washington Commanders offensive line? Is it going to be the linebackers versus Jaden Daniels? Is it going to be the Cooper DeJean versus Scary Terry? Guys, what do you guys think is going to be the biggest story in this game? And I was going to go Saquon Barkley versus Bobby Wagner, right? I was going to say Cooper DeJean versus Scary Terry. I was going to go all these ways, right? But then I got to sit down and really thought. I sit back and watch some Eagles film, last 5 weeks worth of film, watched a plus 22 film where you get like 3 camera angles and you watch the whole game about 30 minutes. I spent all afternoon just watching Eagles tape. And there's one guy on defense that consistently jumped off the screen at me. There was one guy on the whole Philadelphia team that consistently jumped off the film at me. Every play, first down, second down, third down, it doesn't matter. And that man is Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter, guys, is an animal. Jalen Carter is going to be a defensive player of the year very, very soon. Jalen Carter is going to be the biggest story of this game. So far this postseason, in 2 games, he has 10 tackles and 1 forced fumble. This guy is a nose tackle. They're not supposed to get tackles. They're not supposed to get forced fumbles. They're not supposed to jump off the film the way they do. This man does. In the regular season, he had 42 tackles and 4.5 sacks. The Eagles team as a whole had 41 sacks and 13 interceptions this season. Guys, Jalen Carter is going to be the story inside the story, the game inside the game. If Jalen Carter can manhandle the Commanders' offensive line like he has done the offensive lines the last 2 weeks, 10 tackles as a freaking nose tackle, a 1 technique, 2 technique, 3 technique, it doesn't matter. I really like him in the 3-eye spot. But this man is a dog. He is a beast. He is the man, the myth, the legend. Guys, look out for Jalen Carter for many, many years to come. But he will be the story inside the story in this game. So, guys, when you look at this game, Commanders versus Eagles, what player, what story are you looking for? Me personally, Jalen Carter versus the Washington Commanders offensive line. What do you guys think? Cushmaster says, man, F those Eagles. Soar Eagles, soar to the dumpster, he says. Kevin says the Eagles are about to implode. Stay tuned. And Kevin, we have seen them implode. We saw it last season when they were 11-0, 10-0, self-destruct, blown out in the playoffs. We saw it earlier this season, the first 4 weeks of the season, self-destruction engaged. They had a bye week at the right time. If they had a bye week at 7, 8, 9 weeks, this team wouldn't be here. Let's just be honest. But Nick Sirianni, Kevin, is a damn good coach. We spoke on it last night. Nick Sirianni is a top coach in the NFL. Nick Sirianni has gotten this Philadelphia Eagles team on the right track and the right head case, right? He has learned this team. It took him a little while, went through a little adversity, fighting coaches, fighting fans, fighting players. They got through it. I don't see his Eagles team self-imploding. A.J. Brown is out there reading his book, and they're happy with that. As long as you stay quiet and shut up, we don't care about you. Next season, we'll ship you off to New England. Then we'll worry about you. But I don't see the Eagles getting ready to implode at all. I just don't see it. Alpha Rob says definitely the Eagles defensive line versus the Washington Commanders offensive line. And Alpha Rob, you are absolutely right. Because if Jaden Daniels gets any sense of time to throw the ball, to run their option, to run this RPO, Jaden Daniels is 87% of the Commanders' offense so far this postseason. He's a leading rusher. He's a leading passer. He's a leading touchdown getter. Hell, he might even be the leading tackler. Jaden Daniels is all over the field. If the front four of the Philadelphia Eagles can dominate the Washington Commanders' offensive line, 4-on-5, maybe occasionally sitting 5 or 6 guys, that will be the story. That will be the story. Kevin says the biggest story. What book is A.J. Brown going to be reading this week? Art of War? Listen, Kevin, I actually wrote a book. It was titled How to Stutter. It is a bunch of blank pages, but with just A on it, right? I told A.J. Brown, hey, I will give you $1 million if you go read this book for me on the sideline so it can become Amazon's bestseller overnight. So, is Life with a Stutter by Michael Buckeister. And Derek says, Dan Quinn's comeback season. That's a story within the story right there. The game inside the game is all about Dan Quinn. He doesn't care about players. He doesn't care about offensive line, doesn't care about defensive line, doesn't care about this, doesn't care about that. He cares about Dan freaking Quinn. How about this, Derek? Here's a storyline for you. Washington Commanders, first quarter, scored 28 points in the first quarter. The Philadelphia Eagles get a late second 3 points going into halftime, 28-3 at halftime. Too soon? Too soon? The Philadelphia Eagles come out in the second half and dominate the Commanders and win 31-28? Is that going to happen? Would that be Dan Quinn's master comeback? Oh, too soon. West Philly says C.J. Garner is the X factor. He was ejected in the last game against the Commanders, which was BS. I mean, obviously he had to have said something, but just from the video footage that I saw, I actually posted a short on us over here on YouTube.com and at Facebook.com. I posted the short and reel of it. C.J. Garner got shoved. He's like, hey, he did it. And the referee's like, get out of here. That was early, right? Wasn't that? That was like the first quarter. It was pretty early, right? Because Jalen Hurts, he goes down. And then I want to say the next series, C.J. Garner-Johnson got ejected. Correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, C.J. Garner-Johnson getting ejected in that Week 16 game was huge. Let's see how he rebounds. Kevin says Carter is a beast. He is, man. I love me some Jalen Carter. And honestly, when the Eagles drafted him, was it 2 years ago? And they still had all their stud defensive linemen, all the old heads in there, and insert a young Jalen Carter. I was pissed. I'm like, you guys already got the best front four in all of NFL. You already got the best thing out there, and then you insert one of the best draft picks that you stole him? Yeah, he's a freaking beast, right? He's a freaking beast. Cushmaster says Dexter Lawrence is greater than Jalen Carter. To be determined. Derek says, I have a stack of his rookie cards. Well, give me one, man. Give me one. I don't collect cards. I don't buy cards, but give me one, Derek. J. Day Philly says, Eagles to the bowl. Listen, I would like the Eagles-Chiefs bowl again. A little bit of rematch. Whoop that ass again. Why not? I'm scared of the Commanders, honestly. West Philly says the Commanders have had one of the worst defenses. So, West Philly, actually, that is the next topic, right? That is the next topic of the day, is can the Washington Commanders defense stop Saquon Barkley? Because as you guys know, Saquon Barkley has been the workhorse for the Eagles all season long. He has had 200-yard games here. He's had 150-yard games there. He's been a dog all season long. So the question is, will the Washington Commanders shut down Saquon Barkley? Guys, Saquon Barkley has been unstoppable versus the Commanders. In 2 games this season, he has a 146-yard game and then a 150-yard game with 4 rushing touchdowns. And to add to the fact, he has 2 receiving touchdowns on 6 catches. Over 100 yards receiving versus the Washington Commanders this season. In all time, Saquon Barkley versus the Washington Commanders / Redskins, even back dating to his Giants days, he had a 170-yard game there. He had a 189-yard game there, 57, 30, 63, and then another 73, another 77, and then another 83. Man, he's been unstoppable versus the Commanders. And then another 6 touchdowns on top of that. Guys, the Washington Commanders have the 29th ranked rush defense in the NFL. They do have the number 6 ranked pass defense, but the rush defense is terrible. Terrible, as Charles Barkley likes to say. So, guys, let me ask this question. Will the Washington Commanders shut down Saquon Barkley? I'm going to be bluntly stick to the point, as obvious as I can say, no, they're not. Saquon Barkley is going to get his bread. Saquon Barkley is going to get his money. Saquon Barkley is going to get his average of 147.5 versus the Washington Commanders so far this season. He's going to get that. Might get that in the first quarter. Guys, if the Washington Commanders want a chance in this game, it's got to be a shootout. It's got to be a 30-plus point game. 35-30, 36-33, like back it was in week 16. And hell, even in the shootout, week 16, if A.J. Brown just would have caught the ball in the end zone, the Eagles would have won. So let me ask this question, guys. Let me clear my throat. People in the back. Will the Washington Commanders stop Saquon Barkley on Sunday? I'm saying no. I am saying no, no, no. J. Dave Philly says, is this pre-recorded? No, it's not pre-recorded at all. J. Dave Philly, we're live, raw, uncut every Monday through Friday at 9 p.m. East Coast time. And we have the after-hour show every Monday through Thursday. If you're a Pigskin Pundit, click on the members tab. You can become a Pigskin Pundit. Kevin says, was it a picture book? It wasn't a picture book, Kevin. I just repeatedly, like a million words. And JM says he streams across multiple platforms. Yes, we stream to YouTube, YouTube Shorts, and Facebook. And, of course, we are live at Big X Sports Radio 96.3 down here in Jeffersonville, Indiana as well. Robbie says the Cowboys just hired Brian Schottenheimer. Great. That's a mistake. That is a mistake. It is live, raw, and uncut as always, JM. Thank you for that, man. Thank you for that. Sky Shouter says, if Washington can't stop the run, it's over for the Commanders. Hurts is hurt, so the pocket passing could hurt the Eagles. I like the matchup going for the Commanders. Listen, Jalen Hurts being hurt changes a lot. Let's just be honest. Jalen Hurts being hurt changes a lot for the Eagles. I still think they're going to try to exploit the pass in the first 2 drives. They're going to try to get the box to spread out a little bit. I fully anticipate the Commanders coming out with 8 guys in the box manning up on the outside. Given the opportunity for Devontae Smith using the little skinny-ass black boy speed to run down the field and catch the ball wide open 50 yards. But if Jalen Hurts doesn't have time to get it or able to roll the pocket, it could be a long, long game. And you are absolutely right. JM says Dexter Lawrence has been in the league for 5 years. He has. I think Jalen Carter, once he's in the league in 5 years, he will be better. Right? Kevin says, talking too soon about them Cowboys. Congrats to the boys who found their coach that's leading them to another losing season. They're going to the Super Bowl, Kevin. Everybody already knows that. Everybody already knows the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl. JM says the Commanders have a great pass defense. Yes, they do. They are ranked 6th in the NFL in pass defense. However, 29th in rush defense. Pick your poison, right? Pick your poison. Kevin Cummings says Barkley averaged 125-yard games this season. There's no stopping him. You just have to slow him down a bit. And Kevin, you are absolutely right. So this reminds me of so I'm a high school coach. I'm a head coach here in Southern Indiana. And we faced a team called East Central. This team has won like 3 or 4 state titles in a row. They had a quarterback that could throw you all over the field. He could put it where he wanted it, when he wanted it, how he wanted it to. They had a 2,000-yard running back, senior. They had a 3,000-yard running back, sophomore. They put up numbers across the field. When we played them in this playoff game, it's the second round, they blew us out 55-0. It was a complete bloodbath. But we had to pick our poison, right? Do we want to get beat through the air, or do we want to get beat on the ground, right? And most people would rather get beat through the air, right? Make a young quarterback, make a quarterback period, put the ball in the air 15, 20 yards down the field every time. You happen to get lucky, you intercept the ball, awesome. But in a running game, they can run down your throat. They can milk the clock. You're probably not going to get a very, very many punch-out turnovers, right? It's kind of like pick your poison. If I am the Washington Commanders, I am putting 8 guys in the box every time. I am manning up on the outside, playing cover 0. I am stopping Saquon Barkley. I am stopping him before he even gets a chance to touch the ball. I don't care if they're running RPO. I don't care if they're running a quick slant. I don't care if they're running a reverse pass or option. I am sitting 3 guys as Saquon Barkley every freaking play. Lou Vu and Bobby Wagner are hitting Saquon Barkley every single play. He's not getting 147 yards on it again. He's not getting 150. He's not getting 205. Hell, he's not even going to get to 77. Saquon Barkley can catch the ball 26 times versus, and he's going to get 30 yards. That's the way it's going to be. But if Jalen Hurts can hit a couple of deep passes early, if Jalen Hurts can actually have a healthy knee and Adrian Brown can catch the ball, totally different ball game. Totally different ball game. Alpha Rob, my bad. Alpha Rob says Barkley is going to wear out that Washington defense. I hope so. Me personally, actually, as a Chiefs fan, Alpha Rob, you as the Buffalo Bills fan, when I look at it, I'm like, which poison do I want to take? Do I want to take the Saquon Barkley poison and hopefully he doesn't blow me up in the Super Bowl? Or do I want to take the rookie quarterback poison that's playing lights out? Like, it is tough. Who do I want to play in this game? Like, that is tough, right? Robert says, oh, hell no, they won't stop Saquon Barkley. The only way the commie wins is in a shootout. And Robbie, I think I'm with you. I think it's got to be a 30-plus point game for the Commanders to have a shot. I think we're all on the same page of that. Excuse me. JM says the Eagles' biggest issue is the health of Cam Jagers and Jalen Hurts' ability to run. I didn't know Cam Jagers was hurt. I didn't know that. Interesting. Kevin says, let's not forget Hurts needs to be able to plant on that banged up leg when he throws. So it is his left leg, right? So that won't be his plant leg because he's right-handed, but that'll still be his follow-through leg, right? So he should be able to plant still. Won't be able to move depending. Like I don't know what is wrong with his knee. Obviously, it's like it is hurt. He's wearing a big brace on it. So what they say, but I believe it is his left knee. His right knee, his right leg will be his plant leg. So he will still be able to plant and throw the ball. Alpha Rob says, do you think they will blitz Hurt a lot to test his mobility? Absolutely. Alpha Rob, we saw the Commanders front four with 5, maybe 6 guys destroy the best offensive line in the NFL in the Detroit Lions. That is what the Detroit Lions pride themselves on, was a great offensive line all season long. Every time I would turn on the game, the broadcast would be like, oh, Penei Sewell, like how great he was. Did you hear his name one time in that game? The front four of the Washington Commanders defense destroyed them. Consistently moved the pocket on Jared Goff. That's why Jared Goff sucked in that game. That's why Jared Goff had 3 interceptions in that game. The intermittent passing game was disrupted because he was consistently having to move the pocket. And if Hurts' mobility is not there, you can't move the pocket. That's going to be sack. He already has 9 sacks so far in this postseason. It's just, that's tough. JM says the Juergens missed 2 practices and Dickerson was shifted over to center when Stern at left guard. I didn't know that. That if Cam Juergens is just he's a second-year player, right? Second-year player. So obviously he's not getting that vet rest, right? That is tough. That is tough. My bad. I thought he was left-handed. Nope. I think the only left-handed quarterback in the NFL right now is obviously we got Tua is left-handed. Other than that, I don't think we have any left-handed quarterbacks besides Tua, right, guys? I'm trying to go across the divisions, and I think Tua's the only left-handed quarterback. There's a reason for that because left-handed quarterbacks either really, really suck or really, really, really good. So there's no mediocre point for them. Josh Olsen's in the chat today. He says Commanders defense need to make a priority to keep Saquon managed. They got to. They got to. JM says Juergens is a key to the rushing game. He is. He is. Oh, yeah. So Michael Penix Jr. is left-handed too, right? So we got 2 lefties in the league. We got Tua and Penix Jr. I was just taking starters, but obviously Penix will be a starter moving forward. But yeah, so thank you for that, Ashton and Robbie. Appreciate you guys chiming in on that. Definitely think. But guys, what it comes down to is who we got winning this game. Who do you guys think is going to win this game? Is it the Commanders or is it going to be the Philadelphia Eagles? I've given you reasons why each team can win, giving you reasons why each team can lose. It's time to put the money where the mouth is. It is time to put those dollar bills up or your beard or your jerseys. Who do you guys got? In the comments below, guys. Do we got the Commanders or we got the Philadelphia Eagles? Me personally in this game, I am taking the Philadelphia Eagles. I am taking the Philadelphia Eagles. I think rookie quarterbacks go 0-6 in championship games. Jane Daniels has had a great year. The Commanders have had a very, very surprising year. They've had a rebuild year, right? I hope they don't lose track that it is still a rebuild. They still have $93 million in cap space that last check to build for next season. But I am picking the Philadelphia Eagles in this game. So what are you guys thinking? What are you guys thinking? What are you guys thinking? Josh is saying the Commanders will win 31-23. And Josh, I think if the Commanders are going to win this game, they have to score over 30 points. I think they have to score over 30 points. Alpha Rob is picking the Eagles in this game. So we got the Eagles, we got the Commanders, and we got Daisy that's getting ready to get blocked. So let me block Daisy real quick. Looks like she's spamming the chat here, guys. So Daisy Day, you're out. Derek is saying the Redskins football team / Commanders. He's picking the. Is it an upset? We're in the championship game. Yes, I understand the Eagles are a 7-point favorite. Yes, I understand the Kansas City Chiefs are a 2-point favorite. But are these really upsets at this particular point? I don't think they are. Robert is saying I got the Commanders 31-24. I think we're all right. I think if it's a 30-plus point game, I got the Commanders, but obviously I'm picking the Eagles, so I'm picking a low-scoring 17-to-score type of game. Kevin says, I like the Commanders, but the Eagles are just too stacked. They are. They're a very, very good team from top to bottom, even despite the injuries, right? Even if Jalen Hurts is even at 60%, I think he can still rifle the ball down the field if he has to, but they're a running team. There are a running team. Ashton Macy says the Commanders will win. I think the Commanders defense will do to the Eagles what they did to the Lions. And Ashlyn, if that is correct, if the Commanders can get turnovers, they're going to win this game. If they get turnovers, they're going to win this game. All right, guys, let's go into topic number 2. Segment number 2 today, we got the Buffalo Bills taking on the Kansas City Chiefs. This is the 6:30 p.m. game on Sunday. We got on CBS. So we got Tony Romo and them. I don't know who the Commanders are, but whatever. Guys, this is a game that everybody's talking about. This is the game that I feel like everybody's looking forward to. I feel like this game is almost a default Super Bowl by how much hype, how much media, how much publicity this game is getting. We're almost forgetting that there's another game, Commanders versus Eagles, on Sunday. But the Bills and Chiefs do play on Sunday night. So, guys, when we look at this game, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, we got Travis Kelce, we got Dalton Kincaid, we got Amari Cooper, we got D-Hop, we got Kareem Hunt, we got James Cook. We got really a lot of big names, a lot of star-studded atmosphere at Arrowhead in this particular game. But guys, what will ultimately decide the Bills versus Chiefs game? What will ultimately decide the outcome of this game? And when I look at this game, there is an atmosphere at Arrowhead that is unmatched. It's loud. It's rowdy. It might be cold. It might be blowy. It might be snowy. It doesn't really matter. But you almost have to be perfect to beat the Kansas City Chiefs. And you have to be perfect to beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead. It's simple as that. You have to be perfect to beat the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And the Buffalo Bills offense has been perfect all season long. Guys, when you look up perfect in the dictionary, it is going to refer to the 2024 Buffalo Bills offense. They've had 8 turnovers all season long. Just not the last month, just not the last half, all 18 games, I guess it'd be 20 games at the 20 games that they've played so far, 8 total turnovers. And they've only given up 14 sacks. And I already hear it now. The Buffalo Bills will win this game if the refs allow it. Stop it. Stop it. You fans out there have lost your minds about the referees last week versus the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs. You guys lost your minds. And by default, this has given the advantage to the Buffalo Bills in this game. The refs are going to swallow the whistle and they're going to let hard hits happen because they don't want to be the reason why they're the talk of the town. Patrick Mahomes flops. Patrick Mahomes flops. I just posted a video about Josh Allen doing the same thing. Stop it. Stop it. And then on the other hand, when you look at this game, Patrick Mahomes, guys, is the best situational football player ever. Not in 2024, not through the 2000s, not through the 90s, not through the 80s. He's the best situational quarterback player ever. He knows how to score when it matters the most. He knows how to extend the play. And he knows how to gamemanship. He knows how to get that personal foul call. He knows how to and when not to extend the plays. Patrick Mahomes is the real deal. So what will ultimately decide the Bills versus Chiefs game? It is going to be the one and only Chris Jones. Chris Jones is going to be the ultimate deciding factor in this Bills versus Chiefs game. I have been the biggest critic on Chris Jones all season long. I think he's lazy. I think he takes plays off. And obviously he is good talent. He's great talent on third downs. If Chris Jones plays full strength 100% on second and third down, the Buffalo Bills are going to have a problem. The Buffalo Bills will have a problem if Chris Jones decides to play football. It's simple as that. Buffalo Bills have been perfect on offense. 8 turnovers all season, 14 sacks. They're the real deal. But guys, what is ultimately going to decide this Bills versus Chiefs game? Let me know. Let me know. Alpha Rob says the Bills pass rush. Von Miller and the rest of the boys need to get to Patrick Mahomes and make him uncomfortable, says Alpha Rob. Alpha Rob, I see you on that. I second that. Shout out to you. If the Buffalo Bills send Von Miller actually on pass rush and not dropping back in coverage when you're only up by like 8, like, why are you doing that? If the Bills pass rush is effective and by default sacking Patrick Mahomes or forcing him to make a mistake or to force him to step up in the pocket and not extend the play, you're going to win this game. Derek says the Chiefs' tricky trick plays that seem like magic. Those have been kind of few and far between here lately, Derek. But yeah, you are right. If the Chiefs do happen to run a double flea flicker reverse pass option, right, and it goes for 6, that will be huge, right? At the same time, though, the Buffalo Bills can do that same thing. So Derek is saying the trick plays of the Kansas City Chiefs. Kevin says, for the record, I never brought up flopping. I'm not saying you did, Kevin. I'm not saying you did. But if you go to our comments section, Kevin, on any on any post the last 2 weeks, Patrick Mahomes is a flopper. Kermit's a flopper. Kermit's this, right? It is. It is what it is, right? It is what it is. Let's see what else we got here. Kevin says turnovers will be the deciding factor. Turnovers will be the deciding factor in this game. Chris Jones is leading the NFL in sacks. No, he's not, is he? I thought it was old TJ Watt. Interesting. Josh says the Chiefs have better weapons on offense and their defense is better. And Josh, no. The Kansas City Chiefs have names on offense. They have D-Hop. They have Hollywood Brown. They have Travis Kelce. They have Kareem Hunt. But if you look at true weapons, the Buffalo Bills are pretty loaded. Amari Cooper will come into his own in this game. James Cook is a playoff dog. That man just scored another rushing touchdown from playoff season last year. That man's a dog. Then they got Dalton Kincaid. They got Coleman that's stepping up. They got now number 10. Is it Shakir stepping up? Honestly, I think on the offensive side of the ball, Josh, it is an even wash. Receivers are both equal. Running backs are both equal. Tight ends, Travis Kelce might have the advantage in that one. 2 versus 1, right? And then quarterbacks, I think they're even as well. Josh Allen's a great postseason quarterback. Just doesn't get the wins. Robbie says the Bills can let Mahomes extend the plays. They got to pressure him and disrupt the Chiefs' passing game. Yes. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs have done a great job of nickeling and diming down the field all season long. That has been their MO. That is where they've been getting their money, is nickel and dime it, right? Nickel and dime it down the field.